In this video, we will calculate the margin of error. For simplicity's sake, I have put the formula for the margin of error that we will use right here. Let's try the first example. A survey is sent to 200 individuals to see if they support building a new city park. If 95 responded yes, what is the margin of error? So according to our formula, we take 1 over the square root of the sample size, which is 200, multiply that by 100 because it's going to become a percent, and that will be the plus or minus. So when I do this calculation, I get about 7.07% plus or minus, and that is that margin of error that I'm going to add or subtract to that middle value or that average to make it a whole interval of or a range of values. So the margin of error is plus or minus 7.07%. Let's try another one. A local pet store conducts a survey to see how many households own pets. The survey is sent to 400 households and 120 respond that they have a pet. What is the percent range of houses that own a pet? So here we want to calculate the margin of error as well. So let's start with that same formula. The margin of error is the plus or minus 1 over the square root of that sample size, which is 400, and we're all going to multiply by 100 to make it a percent. And when we do that, we get exactly a 5% error that we're going to add on both sides. So that's our margin of error, right? So imagine we have this middle point. That margin of error is that plus or that minus 5% that we add on both sides to give this whole interval of values. What we currently don't have, though, is that middle value. What are we actually adding and subtracting to? Well, we weren't given it, but we can easily calculate it. So let's determine what is that number in the middle. So what we were interested in was people who say that they own pets. Well, out of the 400, 120 said that they have a pet. So 120 out of 400 is 0.3 or 30%. So that number in the middle is actually that 30%. And then that plus or minus or that margin of error is 5% on each side. So the range of values for households with pets is 25% to 35% because we subtract 5% and we add 5%.